All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Kakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of GMS who rule well, teach well, being great example to us younger brothers. And peace and blessing, salutations of hopeful elect out there pushing this word and truth and in sincerity across the four winds in the name of Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shah. Pushing to get up out of here. Shalom to the hopeful elect, the believers, the listeners, whom have came back to the obedience of the scriptures through faith in Yahweh Bashim Shai. And pretty much, I want to do, like a light, movie review, in the spirit, dealing with that Netflix movie, Don't Look Up, all right, with Leonardo DiCaprio. And pretty much, when you look at the movie, in the spirit, it's a lot of things going on. And pretty much what Esau does, he shows you within these movies and he makes a joke of it, you know, about particular things. But you see how, media, is not geared towards the truth, because when they was coming, on these different platforms trying to, you know, um, announce, all right, what was happening, tell the truth, about that comment coming, what did they do? They deflected. They made light of it, you know, and only when it was beneficial to the political agenda did they try to spin the story dealing with that comment that was coming to earth you know and another thing that they showed you, all right, is how big tech runs the government, all right, because here it is, the astrologers, all right, the scientists, and the head guy from NASA, he they call hell trying to get some of the president's time, you know. But when that weirdo guy, all right, Peter, who was over, the tech company, he pretty much, he see how he handled, the president, he told her tighten her ass up, and she left the table and went and seen what he wanted, man. And it shows you how big tech, runs, governments, man. You see? And then even dealing with that guy, the guy that was over the big tech, his name was Peter. But you see how he did this weird presentation, of his device. I think it was Bash or something like that. But you see they brought the little kids out, all right, and then you see you had this one little girl, who was looking terrified, and then behind the scene, she told Peter that she loved him, and he pretty much didn't pay her no attention, and there was some weirdo pedo type shit going on, but we know, all right, that's what the higher ups are into, so they threw that in there, all right. But at the end of the day, the main thing I wanted to harp on, is to look up, hey, because you had two conflicting narratives, all right, within the within, all right, the movie. You see, you had people, all right, that was pretty much taking heed to that comment that was coming, and they were saying, "Look up," they could see the comment, and then you had, from the government, what they were saying, "Don't look up," all right, and pretty much that's the government wants to keep you sleeping, unawares of what's going on. The hell with what you see in reality. Listen to what we're telling you, all right. The hell what's going on with actual reality. Listen to what we telling you, man. You see? But we in the spirit of looking up because we know our salvation draweth nigh. And I start off with that scripture. And at the end of the day, when you go into that rock was Yahweh Shai, man. Because they have these events, all right? They have these different events, what they call earth altering events. Well, Yahweh Shai coming back to the earth is gonna be earth altering, man. Rulership's gonna change. All right, destruction. America gonna be a lake of fire. So Yahweh Shai coming back is an earth altering event. Liking unto their coming. Now, let me get this down real quick. Now, when you start, we'll start at Luke 21 and 28. It says, and when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You see, and one of the things that Yahweh was mentioning: wars, rumors of wars, pestilence, the love of many waxing cold, people betraying one another. And we're seeing all these things happen in real time. Commotions. You know, it talks about commotions of the people, perplexity. All right, people stressed out, you know, and we're seeing these things happen in real time. And what did Yahweh say when you see? Let's read it again. Luke 21 and 28. And when these things begin to come to pass, then look up and lift up your heads, for your redemption draweth nigh. You see? For your redemption draweth nigh. So we're in the time where the elect is finna be redeemed, man. We're finna be completely brought back from this captivity. You know, because spiritually we've been redeemed. All right, coming back to who we are, getting that knowledge back. You know, we've been redeemed. All right, with knowledge and understanding. But see, we're finna be physically delivered from this place, man. You know, but first our mind had to be delivered here, and that's why we got that mentality of looking up, looking forward. All right, to the coming of Yahweh, man. Let's get that, cause that look up is a mentality. All right, that means you're looking forward. All right, to what? A righteous kingdom. You know, let's get this. It's been coming out a lot lately, cause hey, this is the spirit we in. You see, this is this 2 Peter 3 and 12. It says, looking forward and hastening unto the coming of the day of the Most High, wherein the heavens, being on fire, shall be dissolved, and elements shall melt with fervent heat. And see, going back to what? Having that look up mentality, man. We look forward to the destruction, man. You know? Because we're going to be delivered. All right? And that destruction, that force that's coming to the earth, because it's coming representing the force that was coming to the earth, man. You see? And that force that's coming to the earth is coming for judgment, man. That's Yahweh Shai. And he's coming with fire. All right? Matter of fact, let's get that real quick and then we'll jump back to Peter, because Yahweh Shai is coming with fire, man. And it's going to be a global judgment. It's going to affect the whole earth. You know, the return of Yahweh Shai is going to affect the whole earth, just as they're coming. Now, when you get Isaiah, all right, 66 and 15, it said, for behold, the Lord will come with fire, and with his chariots like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury, and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead. And the word plead goes into Shaphat in the Hebrew, which is judge. All right. It says, so for by fire and by his sword will the Lord, all right, plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. So the Yahweh Bashim Shai, you know, is going to affect the population of the whole earth when he comes, man. Because those chariots are coming for that fire, man. You know, those chariots coming with fire for judgment. All right, on the militaries of the heathens and on these people, man. You see? Now, let's go from there. Let's go back to 2 Peter. Let's finish that real quick. So you get 2 Peter 3 and 13, man. You know, this is that look up mentality, man. All right, this 2 Peter 3 and 13 said, nevertheless, we according to his promise look for new heavens and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness, man. Because we know, all right, that the coming of Yahushua is not going to be the end of the earth. All right, the earth is not going to be done away with. You see, but it's going to be a new rulership. All right, it's going to be destruction. And see, the fire of the earth is going to cleanse, all right, the earth, man. The waters, the air. You see? So pretty much, Yahweh Shai is coming back pretty much to renovate the earth for the elect's sake. The earth is going to start back giving forth its strength, you know? That's what we're coming into. All right. But it all begins with what? The coming of Yahweh Shah. So we look forward to the new heavens, all right, which is a new rulership, and the new earth, man, which is in a fresh earth. You see, Yahweh Shah is coming back to refresh the earth, you know. But there's gonna be a lot of judgment that take place. There's gonna be a lot of people sunk back to the spirit world, man. A lot of spirits will be sunk back, man. And if they are Israelites, they're going to come back, all right, in their right mind, and they're going to come back within the new covenant, man, having the law, statutes, and commandments within them, you know. But if they're of the heathen, guess what? They're going to come back to a righteous kingdom where they will be slaves, you know. They're going to be ruled with the rod of iron for those 1,000 years, man, you know. And then it'll lighten up a little bit. They still going to be in subjugated unto us. They still gonna be our servants, you know. It's gonna be all in righteousness, man. And that's what we look forward to. So that's why we looking up, man. Because looking up is also looking past this place, man. As you go into let's get that in first. I think it's 2 Timothy 4. All right. This is the mentality that the Apostle Paul had, man. All right. This 1 Timothy 4:7. It says, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. Henceforth there is laid up for me a crown of righteousness, which the Lord, the righteous judge, shall give me at that day, and not to me only, but unto them that also love his appearance. You see? That love his appearance. The appearance of who? Yahweh Shah, that rock. You see? That's coming to break up what, man? This Edomite, all right, this beast infrastructure, man. You know, the earth being ruled by heathens. Yahweh Shah is coming to break that up. And that's why you go into Daniel the 2nd chapter. Let's get it. Yahweh Shah gonna be that force, all right, that Esau can't deal with, man. Just like he couldn't deal with that comet. All right. He sent them devices up there, but they failed. All right. And that's how it's gonna be real time. Except we know well, we'll get it in a minute, but ain't gonna be no hiding in no goddamn space shuttle. They talking about some 22,000 years later, then they pull up on another Earth. Hell no. All right, you Edomites are done. You going in captivity on this Earth, nigga. You see? You ain't talking about 22,000. No, nigga. All right, your ass gonna go to work, and there ain't gonna be no Edomite in 22,000 years from now, man. You know, Edomites won't even exist. All right. Now this is Daniel 2:34. Now we know that that Daniel breaks down the statue, all right, of the dream of Nebuchadnezzar. You know, you had the head of gold, going to the Babylonian Empire, all right, the Assyrian Babylonian Empire. Then you had, the two arms of silver, all right, pretty much going to the Medo-Persian Empire, you know. Then you had the brass, going into the Greeks, you see. Then you had the iron legs going into the Romans, all right. But out of their Roman Empire, you know, it will go down. That pagan Roman Empire will go down. But then what happened? It was revived, all right, as the EU, NATO, and America. And there's the 10 toes of that statue, all right. But there's something prophesied to happen during the time of these 10 toes, because when you look at that movie, Don't Look Up, there was the 10 toe, all right, there was the 10 toes functioning. America, all right, EU nations, you see, and America being the beast, that rides. I mean, America being the whore that rides the beast, because you see America calling all the shots. You see? So the movie pretty much shows, all right, what? That we are in the time of those 10 toes. And that's when judgment will come. All right? Now, when you go to Daniel 12 and 44, and it says, and in the days of these kings, and it's talking about this time now, we are in the days of these kings. Because whenever Daniel was breaking that dream down, they were still at the top of that statue in that golden head part of the statue, man. The Babylonian part of the empire. They was at the top of that statue. But now we're in the toes of the statue, man. All right. So it says in days of these kings, well, we in those days now. All right. It says in the days of these kings shall the Most High of heaven set up a kingdom, and see it starts off with what? The house of David being raised up. You see, we're being set up now. Let's get that. I've been getting this a lot lately too. All right, but hey, it's happening in real time, man. It's a living book. All right. You want to hear something entertaining? You got clowns out there arguing, you know, back and forth all day, man. Um, let's get that in Psalms. All right, because Moses said he will set up a kingdom. All right, in the days of these kings, see, and now the kingdom of righteousness is being set up, man. You see, we're a part of something major, man. We're a part of something major, man. No matter if the earth don't see it now, I say we're a part of something major. All right, this is Psalms 50 and 20. I started 21, get to the point. It said, these things hast thou done, and I kept silent. This is addressing Esau. Thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one as thyself, but I will reprove thee and set them in order before thine eyes. So we're being set in order, all right, as the Most High is bringing this kingdom down. You see, Esau's kingdom is falling, and we're coming up, all right, because it's prophesied to happen, man. Let's go back to Daniel, the second chapter again. All right, this is Daniel 2. Going back to 44. All right, this is the book of Daniel, chapter 2, verse 44. And it says, and in the days of these kings shall the power of heaven, all right, set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. So see, we're already, when you think about it, we've already entered into immortality, because what the Most High is doing now is going to be eternal. You see, the men that he's gathering, all right, to rule in the kingdom to come, that's going to be eternal. That's why the scriptures talk about what? Incorruptible crown. You know? It says a kingdom that shall not be destroyed. So the Most High, all right, is what? He's setting up a kingdom while this kingdom is standing. That's why the Most High is dealing with what? Through Yahushua, what is he dealing with? Teaching. You know? We're nation building whenever we teach this word, man. And we edify each other. This is nation building in progress. You see? So as we're building in the spirit, all right, the Most High is tearing this place down, you know? And it says, and the kingdom shall not be left to other people, means only for Israel, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever. So spiritually, we're breaking this place up. All right? In the spirit, this place is being broken up. Everybody's confused. Everybody's arguing. Everybody, the wisdom that this society boasted in now is being confounded. You see? Now it's being confounded, man. All right? So when you read on, and this the point, proving that, hey, Yahweh Shai is likened unto that comet in that movie, Don't Look Up, that asteroid, I think comet, asteroid, whatever, big rock. All right? It said, for as much as thou sawest that the stone was cut out of a mountain without hands, all right? And what does that mean, cut out without hands? That means that it's gonna be a power that's not man-made. It's not even from this realm, you know, because they're coming with something that what wasn't man-made. It wasn't from, all right, this realm. You see, that's why they them explosive. All right, they put them explosives on there, but it stayed whole. You know, cause hey, he can't you can't deal with nothing that ain't from this realm. It's not made with hands. Yahweh Shai is coming back as what? All right, let's get there real quick. How Yahweh Shai say he was coming back? All right, when you get let's get Isaiah 47. Get it real quick. All right, there's Isaiah 47, and it says, all right, Isaiah 47 and 3. It says, well, I started at 2. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover thy locks, make bare the legs, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. So what do you have? You have the prophets that's making this place bare. The spirit of Yahushua is making Esau bare. It's exposing everything, man. You know? So before the physical destruction, he will be exposed on an all-time level. You know, grinding the meal, because when you grind the meal, it was a steady process, you know, and then you will get a certain, finished product, you know, whether you was grinding the wheat, into flour, corn into grits or whatever you was doing, there was a constant process. And that's why you see the videos steady coming out, the preaching steady going out. It's grinding this place and making it bare. Esau is being bare. He's being laid bare. And it says, verse 3, it says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, and thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee as a man. You see? Last time, guess what? Esau, Edom, them Romans, and Jake, and wicked niggas, that deliver Yahweh Shai up, they was able to physically grab Yahweh Shai, put crown of thorns on him, nail him to a cross, and, crucify him, man. But see, he's not coming that way this time. All right? He's not coming that way. He's coming back as a force. All right? That the earth has never seen, like the just Yahweh Shai body, like Esau talk about this is Esau talk about his alien movies, like his technology that we haven't seen, advanced, you know, advanced technology. Well, just the body that Yahweh Shai has, the way he coming back, the chariots, all that is energy and power that Esau can't do nothing with, man. He's never seen it. He doesn't have a defense for it. He can't figure it out. You see? He ain't gonna be able to deal. Just like I said on that movie, he couldn't stop that coming, man. It came and wreaked havoc. You see? So let's go back to Daniel real quick and finish it. Daniel 2 and 45. All right, this Daniel 2 and 45. And it said, for as much as thou sawest the stone was cut out of the mountain without hands, and that it break in pieces the iron, the brass, the clay, the silver, and the gold, the great power have made known, all right, to the king what shall come to pass hereafter, and the dream is certain, and the interpretation thereof sure. All right, and we understand the full interpretation now, man. And that stone, all right, was Yahweh Shai. Now let's go into it again. All right, when you get Second Ezra 13th chapter. All right, and this is what the second coming of Yahweh Shai. Now, this is Second Ezra 13 and 3, and it says, "Not beheld and lo, that man waxed strong with the thousands of heaven." Yeah, Yahweh Shai, because the scriptures speak about how Yahweh Shai would do what? how he will be traveling in the greatness of his strength. All right, you get that in Isaiah 63. You know, if a brother can post that, you know how Yahweh Shah will be what traveling in the greatness of his strength, which is what with the with his power and the chariots, man. Luke 9:26. You see, that's how he's waxing strong, all right, with the thousands of heaven. And when he turned his countenance to look, all the things trembled that were seen under him, and whensoever the voice went out of his mouth, and the mouth represents the opening of the chariot, all they burnt that heard his voice, all right. And it says, like as the earth filleth when it filleth the fire. And after this I beheld, lo, there was gathered together a multitude of men out of the number from the four winds of the heaven to subdue the man. All right, they came out of the sea. And the sea is speaking of, the atmosphere, you know, because just the atmosphere is another layer, all right, of water. You see? It's a different type of water, than that liquid water, but it's likened to what, man? A sea. So he's talking about he came through the atmosphere. You see? And it says, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it. Going back to what, man? That stone. All right? that gigantic stone, man. That chariot gonna be like that gigantic stone. You know? And Esau not gonna be able to deal because you see how all these nations was trying to come together to stop that coming. Talk about how Russia, they what they did, it failed China, because at the end of the day, Yahweh Shai is coming to conquer all these heathens, man. America, Esau and America just gonna get the worst of it, but he's coming to conquer all these heathens, man. And it says, verse 6 again, but I beheld, and lo, he had graved himself a great mountain and flew upon it, but I would have seen the region or place whereout the hill was graven, and I could not. And after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered together to subdue him were sore afraid, and yet durst fight. So chariot so big that Edris couldn't even see the end of it, man. And see, these heathens gonna be so terrified that the Most High gonna have to put a spirit on them to fight Yahweh Shai, man. For the sake of prophecy, man, so he can run through them. All right, and then you had that thing on the you had that Leonardo DiCaprio playing that head scientist, and he did some type of equation where he came up with the trajectory, all right, of the of the comet, and found out that it was coming to Earth. Well, Isaiah 63:1 shows us the trajectory of Yahweh Shai. All right. When you read Isaiah 63:1, see, we don't need no long equation to take up the whole board. All right. We got this precept here in Isaiah 63:1, and it says, who is that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. So we know Yahweh Shai coming directly, all right, to Esau, Edom, and mainly here in America, man, in Basra. All right, traveling in the greatness of his strength. That's him waxing strong with the thousands of heaven. You see, I that speak in righteousness mighty to save. Save who, man? The elect. Those that are what? Looking up. You see, we looking up. All right. And it says, and after, and it says, verse 8, it says, and after this I beheld, and lo, all they that were gathered to subdue him were sore afraid, and yes durst fight. And lo, as he saw the violence of the multitude that came, he never lifted up his hand, nor held sword, nor any instrument of war. Yeah, because it's just gonna be, Yahweh Shai gonna be one with that father chariot, man. And he's gonna be like Esau talking about he put a brain chip in, and now it's a nigga tweeting. You got a nigga tweeting that's paralyzed with a brain chip in. No, wait till you see how Yahweh Shai controls that chariot, man. Whatever he thinks, that's what's gonna go forth out of that chariot, man. All right, it's gonna be all type of fire, lasers. The scripture talk about tempest, fire tempest. There's gonna be all type of things coming out that chariot of Yahushua, man. And it says, but only I saw that he sent out of his mouth, all right, the opening of the chariot, as it had been a blast of fire, and out of his lips a flaming breath, and out of his tongue he cast out sparks and tempests, man. So Israel is seeing all type of fire, coming out, man. You know, all type of destruction going forth from the chariot of Yahushua. Verse 11, and they were all mixed together, the blast of fire, the flaming breath, all right, and the great tempest, and fell with violence upon the multitude which was prepared to fight, and burnt them up on every one, so that upon a sudden and of an innumerable multitude nothing was to be perceived but only smoke and smell of dust. And when I saw this, I was afraid, man. And that's Yahushua, all right, just obliterating the militaries of the earth, man. All right. So when you go, and this is going to happen in the midst of World War III, which is a soon to come. The way things are going. All right. When that thing kick off, it's gonna kick off, man. All prophecy is gonna be, all prophecy is full steam ahead, man. So when you read Revelation 11 and 14, all right, to 15, all right, Revelation 11, 14, it said the second woe was past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And the seven angels sounded, and there was great voices in heaven saying, the kingdoms of this world are become the kingdoms of our Lord and of his anointed, and he shall reign forever and ever. So this shows you that what? After Yahushua obliterates these heathens, man, guess what? The kingdom is going to be for Israel, man. All right? Joint heirs. Because as a king, when you come and you dominate and you conquer, all right, other kingdoms, well, you are free to do what you want with those kingdoms, man. And he's going to divide them up amongst his brethren, man, to rule in righteousness. All right? So Yahushua is going to be that alternate, that earth altering event that's going to happen to the earth, man. When you, let me go to this real quick. Because you had Esau on there as if he got away, Nigga got on the ship. All right. Found another planet and he was cool. All right. All right. This is this is Amos 9:2, and it said, though they dig into hell, then shall my hand take them. Yeah, because they're going to be in underground, those underground cities, underground retreats that they got. All right, they're going to be gathered up. It said, though they climb up to heaven, right, like you had on the movie Don't Look Up, they was in that ship, It said, thence will I bring them down. So, no, nigga, ain't gonna be no escaping. You gonna be rounded up and put into captivity, man. All right? You gonna be put in captivity, man. Now, what's get that in Isaiah. We end it here. This is Isaiah 24. All right, this is Isaiah 24:20. It said, the earth shall rail to and fro like a drunkard, and shall be removed like a cottage, nuclear destruction, and the transgression thereof shall be heavy upon it, and it shall fall and not rise again. And it's speaking of this rulership, man. All right. And it says, and it shall come to pass in that day that the Lord shall punish the host of the high ones that are on high, and the kings of the earth upon the earth. All right. Your punishment gonna play out in the earth, man. You ain't getting away, boy. All right. And it says, and they shall be gathered together as prisoners are gathered in the pit, and shall be shut up in prison, all right, in the prison, and after many days shall they be visited, because it's going to be time to go to work, You Edomites finna go to work, man. You know, and you see the Most High, he's wrapping our captivity up, man. Our days of working are numbered. You see, and Esau just about to begin. You finna clock into a 1,000 year shift. All right, and your only break is the Sabbath. You know, your only break is the Sabbath. All right, 1,000 years minus the Sabbath. All right, that's gonna be your shift in the kingdom, man. Continuing employment, man. You know, and that's after this earth altering event of Yahweh Shai. So I just wanted to bring that out, man. I watched the movie. Sister had recommended, the water. If there's any more movies, that y'all brothers and sisters recommend, to let me know. Keep me in the loop on the movies. I'm not a super big movie guy. You know, I do a lot of documentaries, but y'all see anything interesting that'll be edifying, just leaving a comment board or make mention of it in the screen, you know. But with that, I hope you brothers and you sisters edified till next time I say Shalom. Kwam Yashala, Abba Ball, DTA soon.